if I can keep this double yeah, post-apocalyptic, if I can keep these double thought shares. No, man, but at the beginning of the movie, you didn't know what type of movie it was. So you didn't know if they were people. So if the Scots were people from the future, yes or no?
What?
You don't know what type of movie it is, purely based on the, like what's the one with the, I see, uh I see people, I see deceased people.
Yeah. That's yeah. I know which movie you're talking about, but that's
S-
that's a
no,
big.
no, but you know that at the end, you're like, oh, or just like the movie with Nicole Kidman. There's also a movie like that, he's seeing ghosts, but at the end of the movie, it's like, no, she's the ghost and they're the real people, or they
Yeah.
were all
That,
ghosts.
I didn't expect that from the movie from the
But
start.
I
But
didn't know. But I didn't know. So because it was just a trailer, I think it's the movie, because of the movie and the weird sounds.
Mhm.
You considered it. Uh, you linked it to a horror. I linked it more to a alien, like weird things going on. So I was like, are these people from the future?
That's
Uh,
crazy.
I did. I didn't think alien, but I did ask myself whether they were from the future or not. So that was the first
I
thing. But
thought
that
I thought it would be more. I thought, to be honest. So I you thought it was from the future. I thought they would be more. They would poke each other in that house, and not poking the friendly way.
the other way. Well, I
I
didn't think. I
because
didn't think.
the sounds they use. That's what I affiliate that sound to. But okay, continue.
So one more.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, it's the I. So indeed. So first, I didn't know what type of movie it was, but
Mhm.
then I was like, no, these people are just humans based on the reaction interaction. So you get information as they're interacting with one another. Um, then I indeed thought that maybe they weren't the owners, because they did when Scott opened the drawer, he had the keys to the drawer, to the liquor cabinet, and he opened the drawer, and you could see a blicky there. I was like, um, is something gonna happen? Yes or no? But of course, they showed it for the tension. And then I realized that, hey, if they were, I mean, they weren't aliens. So I knew pretty early that's not an alien show because of the blicky. But then I didn't I I but yeah, but I didn't know. So to that extent, I have to say I give them so the script kudos, because it was through the interactions that you found out bit by bit the what the story is about. So it wasn't like, hey, there's an invasion and we need to do something about it. Um, about the symbolism, or at least you talked already about the racial undertone. There was another thing that uh to me, as it relates to an eye opener, was very clear. Who were the two people? Who were the two people who enjoyed life? Who stayed calm, or profited, could maintain the level of calmness um and uh standard of living as they had prior to when the power outage happened. It was Danny, played by Kevin Bacon, because he's the so-called, let's call him a prepper. They I understand that people who prepare don't like to be called preppers, because it's like yeah, they find it like the meaning is just being prepared. But he was calm because He had his water, he had his food, he had medicine, and he was already prepared mentally for the situation. Because when the Scots and when Scott and the father, Clay Sanford, played by Ethan Hawke, arrived there, he met them with his shotgun. And he was like, "That's okay. I need you to step away from the door. This isn't normal times. You're welcome to come." So these are all fragments of what he said, right? "You're welcome to come anytime and talk, but I can't help you." Eventually, he did end up helping the son to prevent the thief from falling, but he knew what was going on. He didn't know who was attacking, but he did have intel. So he had at least a sense of idea of what was happening. The other person who relatively didn't feel anything was the daughter, Rose. Two reasons. First, she's a kid. And I think we talked about this a couple of days ago off air. And you said, hey, you could see a kid in a situation like that will still be a kid. It can't comprehend what's going on. So the bliss. But also the fact that she went to the house of one of the neighbors to see if she can get food or something, and happened to come across the same bunker that um, Danny, played by Kevin Bacon, talked about or mentioned to eat Clay Sanford and Scott. So he did know. So the symbolism there to me is, like they say, proper 7 P's, proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. So it's like the ones that were prepared could handle the situation better. And being prepared doesn't necessarily mean I need to have a bunker. Not everyone can afford a bunker. Man, KR, after that show, I watched like some interviews of a couple of people who talk about these things. And a bunker is like the last, like it's great to have a bunker in an ideal situation because you never know what can happen. I mean, and a bunker can help you in if you're living in a tornado infested area as well, for example, especially with wooden houses. But prep is can be as simple as having cans of non-perishable foods, water. You need to have matches, like small things. And I think when I saw that, that to me was the eye opener. I
So you became a prep.
Well, you can come. I'm not a prepper. I don't have a bunker yet. When I do, I'll let you know. Well, I won't. But I want to see if I can keep this double. Yeah, post-apocalyptic. If I can keep these double thought shares. No, man,
Mm.
but no, but the no, I don't have a bunker, but it did.
Did it
mm,
scare you actually?
I did become paranoid. I would lie if I told you I didn't. And the
Really?
reason and the reason was purely because I didn't because I knew at that point that there are things going on that I don't understand. So for example, and then what did I do? I just went and read on, for example, how electrical systems, so how a hacking can take place, electric magnetic pulse, those type of things,
Oh my
and
god.
what can happen. But yeah, basically, I mean, if you watch like, I
So
think I watched like,
you didn't know this could happen.
I know it could happen, but I always saw it as a human error or something caused by a natural disaster.
Oh, oh.
Not I was not aware of an attack that can basically, because we think we grew up in a state of peace, and actually the peace, we've always known it, but our grandfathers and grandmothers experienced the war. Maybe they were kids, but they did experience it. Their grandparents experienced something else, so it's like different generation things.
Mm.
But I think because of the peace, and especially nowadays, because we get bombarded with so many things, right? Social media, um, artists, celebrities, luxury, consumerism, buy, 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 buy. This is what a relationship should be like. So we get so many. This is the latest trend, but and all those things. It's like you forget that there is a this
There's
state
more.
of the state of peace is like created,
It's
but
temporary.
everything is temporary. It really is temporary. They would want you to believe that it's not, right? So
People don't
you're not.
understand that majority of the human history there has always been war. We are in the probably the safest time.
Yeah,
Don't want to burst your bubble, but we are in the safest time, and even then, you really can see what happens.
yeah.